Hey there, future real estate investors. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your trusted guide for everything real estate in Toronto and the surrounding Toronto area. Today, I'm here to help you take that first step into real estate investing by sharing with you the top 5 things you need to absolutely consider before you buy that first property. Whether you're interested in creating wealth, rental income, or diversifying your portfolio, these 5 steps will be of absolute help to you on your real estate investing journey. So let's get started. The first thing you need to absolutely consider before making that first investment is you need to define your investment goals. You have to start with the end in mind. And what I mean by that is it's really about knowing your priorities in terms of where you want to go. Is your priority property appreciation in terms of what we call wealth creation through real estate? Is when you buy something and it keeps going up and up in value? Or are you more interested in cash flow? Now, I'm not saying you have to choose one or the other, but knowing your priority will help define which properties will best suit the portfolio that you're seeking to build. The second most important consideration is location. Location. We cannot compromise location. No matter what your budget is, we may have to find maybe a different type of property that suits your budget, but it absolutely has to be in a great location. What's a great location? Well, it's one where you know that your property is going to be in high rental demand and it's going to attract the right tenant profile, the desired tenant profile that you're looking for. Secondly, we've got to look down the road, your exit strategy. Who are the buyers for this type of property that you're going to eventually sell to when you decide to exit, when you decide to cash out on your investment? Is there going to be a strong demand for that? We absolutely need to pick good areas with good transit, many, high employment opportunities, because we want to know that this location is attracting more and more people to that place, and that people want to live there, and that people are willing to pay a premium to be there. Those are the kind of conversations we've got to have to make sure that location is tip top. The third thing you have to do when buying an investment property is crunch the numbers. You've got to know what you're getting yourself into. And what I mean by that is, given the purchase price and the expected down payment, you've got to know what are the mortgage figures, the mortgage and monthly mortgage payments you're looking at. What is the monthly property tax, the monthly condo maintenance fees, your other utility expenses that you may need to incur, that your tenant's not going to pay for, that you've got to pay for, insurance costs. All these elements have to be factored in. Okay, because that's how you're going to know what your expenses are on a monthly basis, and also whether your rental income that you're expecting to get from this property is going to cover those expenses. Ideally, we love for a property to cover those expenses and maybe have some positive cash flow. However, many of us know that in Toronto and the greater Toronto area, that can be very difficult, especially with 20% or less down payments. So having said that, you need to know that if you've got to feed the property, how much would you have to feed it on a monthly basis to keep the property thriving and to hold it for the long term? The fourth thing you have to consider are your financial options. It's important to sit down with a trusted financial expert, in this case, a mortgage broker or a banker specialized in mortgages, that can sit down and explore your options given your specific situation, meaning your job situation, your income, your credit, your debts, and factoring all that together will help you determine how much of a down payment you need to make, what could be the expected interest rates on a fixed or variable mortgage, and help you explore whether you should go fixed or variable. Those are the types of expertise that you need to make the right financial sound decision. And of course, to help you with that third thing I already mentioned, your expenses, we've got to know this information. So this is really important in terms of exploring your financial options, because most of us, when we buy real estate, frankly, have to have a mortgage. And so that's why it's absolutely essential. The fifth and final important consideration in my top 5 list today is knowing your responsibilities as a landlord. This is a business. Whether you own 1 property or 100, it doesn't matter. You've got to treat it like a business. And in this respect, it's important to understand the rules that govern this business. If you're buying in Toronto, in the Greater Toronto Area, we're talking about the provincial rules that are dictated by the Residential Tenancies Act here in Ontario. It's important to understand what you can and cannot do as a landlord, your rights and responsibilities, and it's important to understand what the rights and responsibilities of your tenants are. There are specific forms that have to be filled out, specific forms if you want to increase the rent on an annual basis, forms with respect to whether a tenant is late on rent. What do? There are processes, there are courts involved, there are things you have to understand. And that's where we come in as well as experts to help you along. But it's important to know that this will take time. There's no real passive investment when it comes to real estate. You've got to be on top of the elements of the business. If you don't have time, of course, you can hire a property manager, and that could be of great help to help you leverage them as a resource and to help you if you're with your busy schedule, and also help to scale the growth of your portfolio. These are all things we need to talk about. You have to understand this is a business, and it's important to have these conversations. And there you have it, the top 5 things you need to consider before buying your first investment property, from defining your goals to knowing your responsibilities as a landlord. These tips will help you embark upon this journey with confidence. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. I look forward to hearing your comments below. Share your goals with me. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.